Request our Honorable Patron Prof. P.B.Sharma to speak, to give his perspectives on this humble initiative of ours. As a senior mentor, he has to give his numbers, marks to our performance and to what we should do to better it.
Let me congratulate you for the great initiative you are over and at the earliest. Bringing the talent back, of course, is very, very important. And I thought charity begins at home, so I attracted my son, who was in Singapore, to come and work in India. Now he is in India and he has set up his company here. But he is crying. He is crying because the kind of environment they require, the kind of support system they require to excel at the top of their abilities need to be created. So Re-Engineering India would do it. I asked my grandson, what should I learn from Singapore? And I really congratulate you for taking us to Singapore to learn from Singapore. And it's very important for India to learn from Singapore at this stage when we are re-engineering India. I asked my grandson, who is now in class 6 at DPS here, he returned from Singapore, he had his early education there. What have you learned in Singapore? He said, you want to really know, Dada? I said, yes, I want. He said, I learned 3 great things in Singapore. The first thing he said, I learned is honesty. Without honesty, nothing can be done. In Singapore, it perhaps will be scoring the highest on the score of honesty, truthfulness, transparency, trust. That's honesty. And then he said, the second thing I learned there, that discipline is the greatest strength of a nation. And if you don't have discipline on road, discipline in society, civic sense for your people, problem will be there. I learned that discipline is the greatest strength. I said, what's the third thing you have learned there? Little boy at the age of less than around 10 saying that the third thing which I have learned, that technology is the greatest friend. Technology is the greatest friend, discipline is the greatest strength, and honesty is the best policy. These 3 things became the major pillars on which they re-engineered Singapore and created one of the greatest nations on the earth from one of the most disturbed and really a nation which was so poor you could imagine. We can do it here. You have sketched out the scene very correctly. But remember, ultimately, we need to focus on people. This is a people-centric, 21st century, people-centric century. Without people, without in fact investing on people, we would not be able to re-engineer India. But spending on people and preparing them, of course, very important. We have lacked so far, primarily because I think we did not focus on what India requires. Defense focused on it. They got the best possible result and we got the best strength created there. ISRO, our space mission, focused on India and they are the tallest organization today. We have to learn from these organizations what did they do which we did not do in our universities, in our education system. The thing which I thought I have learned from them is that they have integrated science and engineering together to create the might of what you call DRDO, or the excellence and thrill and excitement of what we call ISRO. Same applied to our Atomic Research Center. We somehow or other kept the scientific community and engineering community in 2 separate chambers. And I think I was very happy that you have picked up this point. You voiced this concern. The major concern is what do I do to integrate science and engineering when it comes to research, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to new product development. How do I bring that culture within the university systems in India to integrate science and engineering? I think you really would score, in my opinion, 200 out of 100 for this initiative. That's what you are really aspiring to do. And we are here to support you, to pray for you, and to pray that you succeed in your mission of re-engineering India. My heartiest congratulations to you and to your team for this bold, great initiative at a time when India needs it most. If we miss it this time, my friend, we would have missed it forever because good times will never return. Thank you so much.